Very good evening to everyone. Greetings of peace. So we'd like to acknowledge the presence of everyone in this English channel and those who are also in the Arabic translation with Sister Salva translating, and of course those who are joining us through the YouTube. There are a number of reasons that we can be so grateful tonight in spite of situation that has been ongoing for quite some time. And one that we treasure a lot is your support through the time that each and everyone had chosen to be with us. You have your time, very valuable, but you choose to be with us. That is something to be grateful about. And of course, we have the technology. There's not a time where we can easily connect as one, where distance does not matter anymore, and that we are so grateful. Also, the BMC staff and the Harmony House Meditation Center of Kuwait, working together to be able to come up with this event that hopefully bring a lot of inspiration, especially at this time. And of course, the presence of a very generous soul. She chose to be with us with her valuable time, based in London, Jagruti Patel. So we are so thankful for more number of reasons. So the topic that we have tonight is coping with stress through humor. Although we have tried a number and various ways to cope with stress, some may help, some may not. But tonight, it's good to explore one way by which hopefully it may make us go through with life with ease, and that is coping stress with humor. With a healthy dose of humor, we not only cope more easily with everyday life, but also during difficult, challenging, stressful times. Humor a day can lower, if not take the stress away. But how do we develop this kind of humor? So with us tonight to share her humorous insights in coping with stress is Jagruti Patel. Sister Jagruti, you're with us?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so good to see you again.
See all of you.
Though it's not, in here in Bahrain. Sister Jagruti has been with us for how many times in Bahrain? Yeah, she loves Bahrain, and we love her too. Jagruti has been a Raja Yoga meditation practitioner since she was a child. So she has been and always been a meditation student and a meditation teacher. Through the years, she has imbibed the teaching of Raja Yoga so accurately in her life, so that her presence ignites an inspiring energy. With her great sense of spiritual humor, she makes everything as light as feather, bubbling, vibrant energy of peace, love, and happiness. So tonight, we are so fortunate to have Sister Jagruti, so that with her lightness, with that peace, love, and happiness, she will make us dance our stress away. So Sister, really welcome, and we truly appreciate your generosity of your spirit. So the stage is yours.
Thank you, Vicky. Very nice to see all of you and connect with all of you. And it's my great fortune to be here with you without having to travel. I've reached Bahrain, and it's just a really nice feeling. So thank you for the lovely introduction. And yes, the topic is coping with stress through humor. Well, We can only cope with stress when we understand what stress is. In life, we can only cope with anything when we have an understanding. So many people share that they've been very stressful in the last year or so. They've understood stress, they've experienced stress, and now they want to release this energy they have of stress, because energy can be good or bad. And when they are stressful, they feel the energy around them is heavy. They feel heavy, and whatever they do, it's with great heaviness. So the first aspect is to understand what stress is. Well, I always feel, and I've experienced, that stress means rest. You need to rest and cut off yourself from things around you that is creating the stress in you. And by resting, you will actually bring out the best in you. So to be stressful, I need to rest. Rest my mind, rest my body, rest my words, rest my interactions, rest everything. And then I will achieve the best. And yes, these days there's many remedies, many things we do to release stress. Well, how can I release my stress? Is it by talking to my friend? Is it by connecting to somebody whom I feel so comfortable? I had a group recently, and because I teach positive thinking, the main thing that's been coming up is stress. So I asked them, because they feel that when they're stressful, they're not able to experience positive thoughts, they're not able to experience positive energy, hence they feel very negative and they feel stressed, they're burnt out. And so I asked them, when you feel like that, what do you do? So some people said, well, we go to sleep. Some people said we walk. Some people said we watch TV. And then somebody said I eat. Only one person said I eat. And the thought arose to me, how much can you eat? Because even in life, too much of something is stressful. Whether it's sleeping or eating or talking, anything, too much of anything is quite stressful because it can burn you out. And so I'm seeing when I feel totally stressed, then there is negative energy. And so what do I need to do? First of all, I need to find a remedy. I need to find a solution for myself. I can sit here sharing with all of you this evening, but things I'm going to share is things I have implemented and experienced in my life. And meditating from a very young age, people would say, well, you've been very lucky, yes, and the journey's been smooth. No, I've had many challenges and many ups and downs, but through meditation, through the power of silence, I bring great calmness in my mind, in my words, and in my interaction. And recently, in the last 2 years, I've been feeling this more and more. I'm feeling lighter, not physically, but mentally, through my heart as well. And the reason is because the answer to be stressful is simple. Just to generate good feelings, pure feelings, positive thoughts, positive energy. Think about it. If you are in a group of 10, 20 people, or even 4, and if 1, 2 people are feeling down or distressed, then that has a knock-on effect on everybody else. Think of a basket of apples. If you have a basket of apples with, say, 15 apples, and 2 apples are bad, then that can have an impact on the rest of the apples, right? And it's like a domino effect. And so when I don't deal with the negativity, when I don't deal with something that is not right, it has a great impact on everything else. And this is why there's a saying, watch your thoughts, for they become your words. Watch your words, for they become your feelings, your actions. Watch your actions, for they become your character. And so my character, am I a person, or is my character such where people like to be around me? Or is it somebody sees me and think, not her again? And so what is my character? Is my character burnt out? Is my character full of negativity? Is it stress? And so I use the word stress, stressful, and on a piece of paper, if you write the word stress, and then you bring lines, 4 lines down, think of 4 words that are associated with stress. And today I did this. I wrote stress on the top of on my paper. You may like to try this. And then I drew 4 lines. You can draw more, but I drew 4. And the 4 words that came up for me today through stress was disheartenment, lack of confidence, lack of self-respect, and I wrote the word happiness and in brackets 0. These were 4 words that I think that have been part of my journey, my experience in the last 2-3 weeks. And so instead of maintaining my self-respect, being stable in my self-respect, I was becoming stressful. So then if you work from the bottom to the top, disheartenment leads to stress. Happiness, no happiness, leads to stress. So these 4 words were just words I came up with. And then afterwards, I was thinking about more words. So I wasn't putting myself down, but I was actually working with words that have impacted my mind, my body, my feelings, my emotion, whether it being 1% or whether it being 10%. And it was a good workout, I would say, because it made me realize there was just something that brought me disheartenment last Friday. It was just a minor thing, but it broke my heart. And then I became stressed. And because of that episode, then it's like it's totally my self-respect was 0. What did it lead to? Stress. And then happiness. So it's like a domino effect. You can think of maybe more words, but don't think of too many words, but think of 4 words. It may even be 2 words, but it's a good exercise. Then on the next side of the paper, you write the word happiness, because when you are not stressed, or when I am not stressed, I'm happy. And then again, you draw 4 lines. So you can either write it side by side, or you can do 2 bubbles. One bubble is stress with 4 lines coming down, and the bubble above is happiness, and you draw 4 lines. And happiness for me was good feelings, positive thoughts, pure energy, and good interaction. I feel that interaction in my behavior with myself, with my family, with my friends, with anyone I meet, has to be good. And that is one thing that can be damaging to us, that makes us stressful, and that is relationships. And this is why I chose the word interaction. I am a people's person. I get on with everyone, but there's always some percentage I'm lacking. It's like if you prick your finger with a needle. It's a little prick, but it's painful. It's like a toothache. One tooth could be hurting, and for all of us who've experienced toothache, it actually has an impact on the body because it's like it sits on the nerve. And so this is what stress does. 1% of stress is equivalent to climbing 100 steps. So try it. If you were to keep climbing and climbing and climbing steps, you would feel exhausted. And really, I've seen 1%, 2% of stress can make me feel exhausted. And so we've understood this whole element of stress. And then, well, I know what stress is. I've experienced it, but how can I overcome it? And so for myself, well, it could be writing. I like writing. It could be sitting in meditation, in silence or with nice music. Or it could be going for a walk. Here I'm doing 20,000, 30,000 steps a day. I love walking. It's a good opportunity to churn. It's a good opportunity to calm the mind down. It's a good time for reflection. And so we need to find our own remedy. There are people that feel, well, if they watch something funny or a program, it switches their mind off. And that's true too. It may be you just need a phone call just to connect with somebody. And one thing I've been practicing a lot is to make sure that my conversations, my thoughts are positive. If I have a negative conversation, if I have a negative comment, because it happens, we are humans and we are living in a society where, you know, we have ups and downs, then how can I snap out of it? Does it take me time, or can I snap out of it within a second? And for me, I take pain, I take sorrow, but now I've learned the art of just snapping out of it. And I just either go for a walk or listen music. What works for me is going for a walk. Just go for a walk on your own, have a time of reflection. And you know, the best company is your own company. As opposed to looking for others, it's good to sit in silence for 20 minutes, half an hour, to reflect on something that's happened, whether it being good or bad, and writing about it. And really, it's like a detox. People these days do many things to detox, and their diet is like that. They look to be chili-free and vegan and wheat-free and gluten-free. But the one thing we can be free from is waste. That applies to all of us, whether we think one waste thought or 10 waste thoughts. But for me, this is a practice I've been paying attention to. And I have to say, honestly speaking, it's taken time, but I don't feel so stressed. And naturally, when people see you, they will feel very light. It's like they're receiving good energy, good vibrations. And so this is what it means to be stress-free. And the third element of being stress-free is compensating it with something else. So it could be dancing, could be meditating, and the word that's in the topic today is humor. And let me tell you, laughing is a good therapy and it's a good remedy. Of course, don't laugh at everything. There's a time and place to laugh. There's a time and place to be silent. But really, humor means to read something, to watch something, or to have a good, light, positive conversation. And really, when you practice this at home or with your friends and family, and it's quite funny, it's a good little practice. Okay, you're going to have a conversation with somebody you live with. We can't do it now because we're in Zoom, but you can have this practice that, right, we're going to play a game. We're going to have a conversation for 2 minutes. And in that 2 minutes, if you can't manage 2 minutes, then okay, a minute, and no less than a minute. We won't use any negative words and we will constantly smile. And this practice has really been beneficial to me. It's not I'm laughing at everything, but within myself, I feel great lightness. And it's a good practice. Secondly, on a piece of paper, write your name. Okay, so tear up 6 small pieces of paper. Okay, just like this, 6 pieces of paper. On the first paper, write your name and then fold it, just like this, simple, just fold it. You can do this on your own, or you can do it 2-3 people. It's a good virtue game. Okay, you write your name. On the second piece of paper, write a number, any number you like. Okay, again, fold it and put it to the side. Okay, I'm doing this with all of you as well. On the third piece of paper, write something you would like to achieve. Again, fold the paper and just put it to the side. Okay. And on the fourth piece of paper, something you would like to remove. And this is all about within me, something I would like to finish within me. And then on the fifth piece of paper, write a virtue you like, a virtue that you have. And on the last piece of paper, write a score out of 10. So 1 to 10, whether it's 10 out of 10 or 8 out of 10. So write a score. Okay. So you have your 6 pieces of paper. At the moment, I'm sure you've written them down, but you can practice this. Okay. So I'm going to share 2 games I've done with children and our family here, and it's been very, very good. Now, it's about understanding that whatever I've written from my heart, okay? Now you shuffle the paper, okay? And then, the reason I asked you to write this on pieces of paper, if you are doing it in 2s or 3s, you can give it to somebody else, okay? And then they would present it to the person it's for. So I did this exercise with myself just to uplift myself, and it was like a little health checkup. So my name is Jagruti, and my number is 6. And what I would like to achieve is more strength. And what I would like to finish is waste. And the virtue that I have within me is of happiness, joy. And my score is 6 out of 10. By doing this, you are actually having a health assessment. So for example, my name is Jagruti. My number was 6. So I need to, whatever I want to do, I need to multiply by 6 to achieve a percentage. And you may think 6 times 6 is 36, that's a small percentage, but it's not really, it's quite a high percentage when you want to achieve something. What I want to achieve is more strength. So that doesn't mean I want 36% of strength. I have strength, but I want to uplift it. I want to increase it by another 36%. Okay, I hope this makes sense. And then I want to finish waste. Well, I want to finish 36 minus the waste I already have, minus it by 36%. That doesn't mean I had 40%. It's just an upliftment to minus it further. And then the virtue I have is happiness. So to achieve all of this, I need to be happy. And then my score was 6 out of 10. That's good, because that means I can do it. To have 6 out of 10 or 4 out of 10 is not bad. It means you're 1 step, 2 step closer to your aim. And so by doing this, not every day, but now and then, it's a good practice, and you churn on it. You can add to it. And when I did this with somebody else, I said, my virtue was happiness. Yes, I'm happy. And what I shared with them was, I don't want to be moody. I compensated for it. And so not looking at my bad score, but by looking at the good score. And then if you do this in a group, you can do it simpler. You can all write your name on a piece of paper and then put that in one pot. And on the second piece of paper, you can write the virtue. And so everybody, whether it's 4 of you or 10 of you, you all pick up one name and one virtue. And then what you need to do is gift that person, whoever's name you've got, gift that person with this virtue in a form of a dance, song, or a poem, or anything, however you want to do it. You can use flowers, you can use anything you like, any gift, any souvenir. It's a really humorous, harmonizing act. And we did this, I did this with the sisters I lived with. At that time, there were 6 of us, and it was absolutely funny. It was so funny. And really, can you imagine, you are gifting somebody. So for example, if I got Vicky, and if I got lightness, how would I gift her? So it wouldn't just be, I'm saying Vicky lightness, but I'm actually saying, dear sister Vicky, I am gifting you today with lightness, and you could have a feather, you can use paper, you can find a creative way to do this. One time I got a sister, I won't say the name, and I got happiness, and I know she likes chocolates. So what I did is I got a bowl of small associated chocolates, and I said, you are the one and only, the true, delicious, rich chocolate. And I gifted her with chocolate. She didn't see it. I took it out of the bag. And it was so humorous, and it was a good creativity. And we did, you know, we were only meant to be together for 15 minutes, but we ended up sitting together for 1 hour, 15 minutes. And it's amazing what comes out of it. And in yourself, you are very light, and you share that lightness with others. So what does it mean to be humorous? It doesn't mean just to watch a comedy, laugh, and then revert back to the moody self. No. When we are light, when we are humorous, then it actually detoxes us in a very beautiful way. And so this is what I've seen. There's so many nice things, so many nice quotes that we can read, we can share with the family. Today I met somebody, and she was quite tearful. And the reason she was tearful and stressed, and I couldn't understand what she was saying. And she goes, I'm stressed and I'm crying. And because she was crying, I didn't understand. And I gave her a glass of water. And I know I would not have bothered otherwise, because I just couldn't understand a word she was saying. And she was very hysterical. So I asked her, would you like a glass of water? And she didn't really answer me. And then she went, yes. And I thought, fine. And then I gave her the glass of water, and I said, I would like you, if you feel comfortable, to share with me what you are feeling or what's happened. And she's going, I'm stressed, I'm stressed, I'm stressed. And because she was stressed, She was sweating, she was panicking. I couldn't understand what she was saying. But I realized something, it was a lesson for me. When somebody's like that, it could be any type of behavior, I need to be more calm and cool. And so I was calm and I had to have a lot of patience. And in the end, she told me her car had been towed away because she had just parked outside the parking square. And to get the car back would cost her £500. And where does she get £500 from? Anyway, to cut a long story short, we helped her because I work in a bank. So we helped her financially. We were able to help her and she left smiling. So one of my colleagues helped her. And then after she came to see me and she said to me that your calmness and your coolness has really been a big lesson for me. She said to me, we all face problems in life, but please teach me how to be cool and calm. And I didn't know what to say to her. I said, number one, we all have to face problems in life, but we need to learn the art of living. And with the art of living, sometimes we have to go through these things to actually understand how to become more stronger. And yes, it's £500, but it may be £500 which has taught you a big lesson. She thought she could get away with the parking, but parking in London these days is very, very strict. They're always wanting to give tickets. And then I told her, number two, always see the bright side. Maybe not at that moment, but see the bright side and keep smiling. Not physically you're smiling, but smile within yourself. And she said, I did. It was nice to know that you didn't react to me and you were cool and calm towards me. And that's it, she left happy. But the truth is, maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, if she had come in front of me, I would have not bothered. Because sometimes I'm not physically, spiritually, or mentally strong when somebody's hysterical. But I've seen, especially since this corona pandemic has started, that I've learned to be very cool and calm within me. And number two, not to raise questions in my mind. Sometimes things would happen here, and it could be a minor thing, but I'm having 20 thoughts. And I used to think, why am I getting tired? Yes, one is physical work, but second is, why is there mental drainage? And that is because I was thinking too much. So we used to hear this, stop thinking. Our dear daddy used to always share, stop thinking, don't think. And so I practice this, not to think. And again, when my mind starts racing, I bring it back to myself, to my inner peace, to the true experience of real peace. And so to be humorous, we can be humorous with great royalty, with great divinity. And so, yes, in a group, we can all dance together. We can all laugh together. We can have a good conversation. There's so many things we can do. We can go for a walk. Every morning at 5 o'clock, I go for a walk 1 hour because the weather is quite mild here. So I go. And in that 1 hour, I don't speak. I don't utter a word, but I'm just actually within myself. And I keep smiling. Today I was practicing and I kept saying to myself, I am the angel of strength. And it's funny because when I did this exercise, what I just shared with you, the word that came to me was strength. And this morning in meditation, I always emerge one quality that I would like to be for the day. And today it was for me to be the angel of strength. And strength means I'm strong, I'm courageous, and I can generate good feelings, powerful feelings. But for me, to be humorous means to be happy. To be humorous means to harmony. To be humorous means to be like a potato. Not that you physically are looking like a potato, but you all know the quality of a potato. Potato is one vegetable that goes with any vegetables. If you have nothing at home, but you have potatoes, you can make roast potato, baked potato, jacket potato, you can make chips. You can make so many things with potato. And so I want to be like a potato. Not that people cook me, but I live in harmony with everybody. Wherever I go, I'm not a guest, I'm a member, I'm a family member. Everyone is my friend. And so that's a quality of a potato. And so to be like a potato means to be in harmony, to be united, is actually enabling us to be stress-free. And when I'm stress-free, I dance and I fly. So if in my life, when I have thought a lot, when I've had a lot of questions in my mind, then naturally, mentally, physically, spiritually, I feel very drained. I feel very heavy. And these days, people are so conscious of diet. It's true, it's good to take care. I'm also trying to have one meal a day. But the real diet is the diet of waste. The real diet is from negativity. And what should I eat? Well, happiness, strength, lightness, power. Sometimes people sleep 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, but they still feel stressful. They still feel tired. Why? Because whatever they've been going through or whatever happened the previous day, they haven't dealt with it. They've not finished it. And so whatever happened today, especially there's in my day-to-day routine, goodness is always there. But there may be the 1-2% that wasn't so good. And if that is the case, let me finish it before I go to sleep. Let me do something that I enjoy. And sometimes I do see some comedy for 2-3 minutes. It's a good laughing remedy. There's so many nice jokes to share. You know, somebody shared a joke yesterday and I couldn't stop laughing. And now I'm thinking of the joke, I can't remember. But I know it was funny, it was good. And I said to the sister, I've laughed after such a long time. So even myself, I've become so caught up in everything, I forgot what it was like to laugh. And so it's really important that in our busy schedule to make time for ourselves, to go within and to actually give ourselves time. How many times do we say, I don't have time? Is there anybody here who doesn't say this, they don't have time? We all say, I don't have time, but I need to remember, I need to make time, be with time, be on time. And so when I am in time, on time, everything works in my favor. Even if I'm ahead of time, excellent. And so being late is stressful, not being accurate is stressful, not being active is stressful. So let me change that. So I was sharing this example of somebody I met today, and then she kept scratching her head. She kept scratching her head because she had so much anxiety and she was stressed. And I got a bit distracted by her. And then I thought, no, I need to be cool and calm. And afterwards, she was sitting there very nicely. So our good energy, our good feelings, this is what is generated and gifted to others. So it's really important to smile. And then you may think, well, if I'm at home looking at the mirror and somebody's looking at me, they'll think I'm being silly. But really practice this. It's good for the circulation of the blood. Go in front of the mirror, Mirror is your best friend. Everybody looks in the mirror and let me smile. And you look more beautiful when you smile as opposed to sitting there going, it's like when you go to the office and you're stressed. Well, you need to get to the office at 8 o'clock. Why would you wake up at 7 o'clock? And so the art of living is to give yourself time to be ahead of time. So when we give ourselves time to be ahead of time, naturally there's happiness. So humor does not mean just to sit here laughing, but humor also means to be disciplined. Because you know, when you've achieved something, you are naturally happy. It's like cooking. If I need to cook something and I have 1 hour to prepare, then why would I only give myself 15 minutes preparation time? If dinner needs to be ready at 7, it's good I start at 6 and finish by 6:45. I will be happy. So that is to be humor. Humor means happiness. Humor means lightness. Humor means to share. Humor means to care. So when I have something, I can share it. If I have 1 bar of chocolate and I want to eat all that chocolate, do you think I will be happy when my whole family is sitting beside me? No. And so whatever I do, not to do it with my mind, but to do it with my heart. Yesterday, I was sharing with another group, and the topic was how to bring discipline in my life and the benefits of discipline. Well, discipline in my life means to understand me, myself, what I need to do and what I need to achieve. So being in the present and making myself such a human that I'm a present, a gift to others. But for that, I need to be in the presence of time, to be in time. And so let us, all of us now, we always say we don't have time, nobody loves me, what's there to be happy about? Well, I have time, I need to make time. Number 2, nobody loves me. Well, embrace yourself with love and share that love with others. And if you've worked hard and nobody says to you, well done, say that to yourselves. Take your right hand, okay, everyone? I can see some of you and not all of you. So take your right hand and pat yourself. Well done. And smile. Not just to smile for the sake of it. It's like going in the office and many people go, good morning, good morning. And they're so stressed and everybody else becomes stressed. But to say it from my heart, good morning, how are you today? You know, can you imagine? You're just saying, good morning, how are you? And there's so much pain in that. And the person looking at you, they want to cry. And so whatever I do with my heart, and we were always taught, even my parents used to teach me, if your heart is not in something, don't do it, because then there will not be success. And it's so true. So 2 things I have really paid attention to recently, and every day I remind myself, 1 is to be happy, 2 is to not be moody. And if I'm not moody, I won't be stressed. And if there is people around me who are being stressed, let me do something. Let me play music. Let me have a good conversation. Let me have a positive conversation. But never forget to keep smiling. Smiling is the best remedy. That is real humor. So the greatest gift I can give myself is to be happy. And if something hurts me, upsets me, and if I'm not happy, well, what did I learn from that? And how can I change it? Well, somebody didn't do the kitchen. They didn't clean the kitchen today. Okay, no problem. Let me do it. And so it's small things like this, the kind acts of life that bring me happiness. As many of you may know, I love to bake cakes and decorate cakes and share cakes. And I was told 2 weeks ago to make a small cake for 10 people. And do you know, I ended up making it so big without realizing, because it had really risen so much. So that cake ended up being shared with 65 people. I couldn't believe it. And I felt that it went wrong. It wasn't meant to go wrong, but it was right. Because had I made cake for 10 people, I wouldn't have been able to share it with everyone. And so everyone got a small piece and everyone was happy. And then because I had overdone my ingredients, I ended up making cupcakes. And I made 32 cupcakes. And then even after that, everything was finished, people were still looking for cupcakes. And I was just thinking, okay, somewhere something went wrong, but nothing went to waste. It actually was very accurate, I felt, in drama. It was the right scene. And so sometimes in life, things may not go according to my plan, but then I need to just go with the flow. Today, the weather here is nice, sunny, mild. Yesterday, it was proper raining, that we had floods here last night. And so let my mind not be like the weather. One day I'm happy, one day I'm moody, one day I'm smiling, one day I'm sulking. No, let me find a remedy, and really it's been, it's just something I've always learned in life. When something is wrong with me, if my health is not right, what do? You ring the doctor, you go to the doctor, and these days we have the great luxury of Google, so we can Google something, pain in my right hand, pain in my left foot, and we find a remedy. And so it's like that. When something is not right within me, I can't Google it, but I know what to do. And so to share and care for myself is really important. So always look in the mirror, always keep smiling, always pat yourself on the back and give yourself love. So to be humble to yourself means to be in harmony, means to be like a potato. And so to be humorous means just to be yourself, where people look at you and they will smile. People will look at you and they love you. People will look at you and think, I'd love to be in her company. Or people talk to you and they don't want to get up. Sometimes you could be having a conversation and the other person may be thinking, I wonder when this conversation is going to finish. So whatever I do, let me be very light about it. Let me be very humble. But let me love myself. At the end of the day, the art of actually being stressful is to love myself. Never to put myself down. I said to somebody yesterday, they were telling me something, I'm like this, I get agitated, I get irritated, and then I start, banging things around. I said, don't put yourself down. Okay, if you get irritated, then take a step back. So in positive thinking, we teach the SOS process, which means stand back, observe, and steer. And this is the same process I use when I feel stress. I stand back from the situation or from the individual. I observe the whole scene, and then I steer, I move accordingly. So to be stress-free, for me, has actually been stepping back. And there's been many examples in the recent months where I've not stepped back one step, but I've stepped back 10 steps. And by doing that, I'm actually saving myself from speaking something unnecessary or doing something unnecessary. Because stress is also part of reaction. When I react, I become stressed. And so not to react, but to act in the right way to deal with that situation and to overcome it. So I would like all of us now to really practice to smile from the heart not just from here, but from the heart. And you may feel odd smiling at nothing, but smile at yourself and gift yourself with the qualities, the virtues that we all have. You pick any virtue you like: happiness, lightness, bliss. And you know, they say when you smile, your whole nervous system gets rejuvenated. When you laugh, the whole blood circulates. And so it's important to smile. And so humor means not just to have a good laugh. Yes, that's one element, but humor means to actually smile and to generate good feelings, pure feelings. And so the essence is never feel disheartened by something that's gone wrong, but to learn, check, and change, and always to be humble to myself and to live in harmony, be like a potato, and to share happiness with everyone. To share happiness is a sign of being humorous. To smile is a sign of being humorous. To be yourself is an act of humorous. To be happy, to be humble. So humorous, humble, happiness, heartfelt thanks to all of you for listening this evening. So thank you very much. And I hope you've had a stress-free day. And my good wishes, pure feelings for each and every one of you is let there never be stress in your life. And if there is stress, then please take plenty of rest. Then you will only be able to do the best. Thank you very much. I finish here, and to allow for any questions or comments, or if anybody would like to share anything. Thank you, Sister Vicky, and to the Bali Meditation Center.
Too soon. Sister, shall we have a short meditation before we have the question and answer?
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
okay. Thank you. You will have the guided meditation. Thank you.
I am a point of light. Considering myself to be like a bird, I fly above, very high, with good feelings, pure feelings. Let my mind be relaxed. And let me experience myself to be in the world of lightness. World of happiness. Experiencing the beautiful peace that generates around me. The more lightness I experience, the more happiness I share. I am free from all waste thoughts. From all types of stress. And looking ahead, with great zeal and enthusiasm, I experience real joy, real happiness, real peace. I feel the comfort of lightness, which generates energy within me. And enables me to recharge myself. I am a powerful, happy, joyful point of light.
Such a very relaxing and really connecting to that inner power. So sister, if you would have a product to sell about stress-free, as we can see in you, a very good sample, wrinkle-free. The voice is so relaxing, no? Hearing the commentary that you have put is really so inspiring. So our takeaway tonight, we just have to be ourselves, find the reason to smile, find the reason to be positive. It's all about there. So really, it's so inspiring, and we hope that we reach this kind of state that you are in, that you have showed us. So there's the question related to what we did for the meditation. It's about how we can come up with those very pleasant feelings, how we can connect to that inner state of relaxation. So you have some thoughts for that?
How we can connect with ourselves is, for me, how do I connect with myself? Well, throughout the day, I have moments here and there dotted around the day, and this, my schedule, I won't say busy schedule, I'll just say occupied schedule, but I make a point of actually stopping everything for a few moments, and when possible, just coming to myself, within myself, just for a few minutes, nothing else, just becoming silent physically, mentally, and just sitting in the real silence, and then let peace do its work. I don't have to make any effort, and it doesn't feel strenuous. So a short and sweet answer.
Okay, yes, it's short, but really, it will help a lot. Another question here is, one of the things that come in between really to take away that pleasant feeling that they may have is the waste thoughts. So the question here is, how can we control these waste thoughts or manage the waste thoughts, as the case may be?
To be honest, my experience has been we can never manage waste thoughts because it's so many. You know, one waste thoughts leads to many waste thoughts. So it's either we have too many or the too little we have are very powerful. And so what I can do, how can I manage them? How can I remove them? Well, I need to occupy myself physically or mentally in something that's going to divert my energy or my thoughts from that particular situation about something or somebody. And you may think easier said than done. Yes, it's true, but I have seen in myself, when I engage my hands in something else, my mind in something else, my heart in something else, then it's like I've distanced myself. They say distance makes the heart fonder, but for me, that's true. But distance from the waste, it actually enables me to become very light. And so to park away those thoughts, park away those feelings, and move away into another chapter, another time of the day where I can engage myself. So I do need to engage myself, whether it be physically or mentally. That's what's helped me. I can't hear you, Vicky.
There is a question that had come in relation to your example of cleaning the kitchen. About, yeah, so the question is, should I not tell them about it so that it would not be repeated? Or maybe how would it be, said so that it would help them and it will help everyone about that kind of practice?
I didn't mean to share the example of the kitchen. It just happened. But yes, I will say something actually, that when we are living together with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people, and I've seen it, if I need to say something, it's not, what really hurts people is not what I say, it's the way I say it. So there's 2 aspects in this. One is, well, I can tell somebody something and they will take it well. But if they don't take it well, it's because I didn't say it in the right way. But the other side is, which I do see happening, is sometimes you can't tell people. And to me, it's like, just leave it, let it rest in peace. And so in a scenario like this, as we were always taught as children, that when the more we do, people would learn. And these days, it's a fact. People learn more through our actions than our words. So if I don't feel comfortable to tell them, then I should do it. But what I shouldn't do is I do it and then have waste thoughts about it. And so again, if I'm going to clean the kitchen, because we're talking about the kitchen, I need to do it with my heart and not my head. And so either I do it and don't think about it, or if I'm going to do it, I will feel worse. Then it was better I didn't do it, if that makes sense. And I see it would also happen here. But
that would be a good way, yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, I do feel right now I'm seeing more and more, we don't know what tomorrow holds. Everything is unpredictable. And so I don't want anyone to feel any trace of sorrow from me. That's my motto, my lesson. nobody should feel sorrow. So if I don't feel comfortable to say it, then there's a saying in Hindi, now, not to speak is equivalent to like 9 jewels. Na bolne se no gun hai. So not to speak means there are 9 virtues. So yeah, that would be my suggestion.
So actually the kitchen is the best place where we can start practicing being positive, being humorous, as you have said. No?
Absolutely. And in the kitchen, you play nice music, you play nice songs, you play garba. There's so many things we can play. And all these musics and songs and garba, it changes the energy, it uplifts the energy, you know. But if you're sitting there as if you're like in some, there's like dead silence, you feel uncomfortable and the environment also feels uncomfortable. Right now, the environment also needs happiness and humor. And this is our contribution to environment, according to the climate change and everything we all hear about and know about.
Yeah, so that's a very good realization. If not me, then who will? Yeah. Isn't it, sister? Yes. Yeah, thank you so much. Well, I don't see more questions, but I see a lot of appreciation for what you have given us tonight. And in behalf of the others, there's one very a message here, thanking you for a great lecture, sharing. You are a peaceful soul. So we have the presence. Yeah, I mentioned earlier that we have this group from the Arabic translation, also from the YouTube. But it seems like everyone is so clear about what you have given us tonight. Simple, profound, practical. It makes me happy. It makes everyone happy and a better world to live in. So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, sister, for your presence. It made the atmosphere much lighter, really. So we hope to see you here in Bahrain once more and enjoy your cake. Yeah. Surely there will be a cake that will come.
I'm counting the days.
Yes, we will. Yeah.
And I know it will happen at the right time.
Yes, definitely.
And I just wanted to say there was no question. Yeah. Not many questions, but no questions means everyone's content and they're happy. So that's good. That's a good sign. And just the last thing I would like to say, keep looking in the mirror and smiling. It's really, really important. It helps us a lot to feel good, to be good, to do good. Thank you.
Really, yeah, so much appreciation that we have also, sister, for such inspiration that you have given tonight. So to everyone also here with us in the English channel, the Arabic channel, the YouTube, and each and everyone. So a takeaway tonight from what we have taken from sister, every time you find some humor in a day, you win. And every time you find some humor in difficult situations, you become the champion. So let's all gear up to this, to be the winner, and later on to become a champion. So thank you for your inspiration, sister. So stay safe, stay connected. See you very soon. And to everyone, thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care.
Stay safe, yeah.
Bye, everybody. Lovely to be there. Thank you.
Thank you.